Hey guys, welcome back. Flaming Chicken here. Again with another set of 10. I actually don't have a name for this one. I'll figure that out later though. But starting out, I'll start out with what I would consider kind of a decently big hitter. Yeah, sorry, I don't have I got the cards all written down, but I don't already have them out of their top loaders yet, like I usually do. Now, what was interesting about this one, I'll show you in a second, besides, of course, it being a cool card. Oh, by the way, yeah, purposely did this so if we need to, it'll be easier to see whiting. So I put the blue background up. I have switched my areas in my utility room and then did, using this tool desk. My wife's let me borrow her desk that I helped make for her. Centering is off left to right. Oh, very little bit. Rest of the front of the card is like in great condition. I'll get to the one thing I want to talk about in a second. And we're going to do this. I see no whitening, and the centering on the back is super solid. This could still get a 10. Now, what's interesting about this card, in my opinion, I might just not know something. It's very common for me to not know something. The Celestial Storm print year is supposed to be, I believe, 2018. Yet, for some reason, this one says 2019. Now, it could be a reprint. That's more than likely a possibility. But even if it was a reprint, I think it's supposed to have the original year. So I just made a small note of it. It's very interesting to me that it says 2019 on it. Now, centering on the front, it's not harsh, but it's noticeable. I think this is BGS worthy. However, I'm going to say 9 to 10 BGS because the centering is noticeably off, at least on the front, in my opinion. So we'll go ahead and get this guy tucked away. Moving on, I'd say it's a good nostalgia card for pretty much anyone who's ever done Pokemon, and that is the base set first edition Machamp. Right off the bat, we can see some smudges, we can see some stains, we can see minor scratches in his hollow foil. Silvering, see that with the background. Centering's thick, but it is even top to bottom. Lots of silvering. Centering's even. I believe it's considered a thin stamp one because the number one inside the first edition is actually a smaller one. Not really a big hit though. You really kind of want a gray stamp or a thick. Sometimes a thick stamp refers to when it goes through the back, although we don't have that issue. Now we're going to zoom out again. There's a lot going on to the back of this card. It's got whiting all around. Machamp really isn't worth anything unless you give him 9s to 10s, and unless there's some sort of special error with him. Now, at my first glance, when I looked at him, I did not see a error with him. So I'm gonna go ahead and put him away, and we're gonna mark him down as send to CGC. We don't really have a grade. We'll just say send to CGC, and he'll be a part of another video later when I do a CGC like stack. I'm debating on revideoing the ones that I'm moving over to the BGS. I might. We'll see. Alright, up next is Here Comes Team Rocket. I think a lot of people like the card because, of course, it had the characters from the show in it. However, I think one of the misses on this card was the fact that the hollow foil is very minimal. Now, I guess what's good is it's very hard to scratch up the hollow foil on this card. Now, I'm seeing, yep, there is a imbalance. There's a fairly large bend down, but it's no crease. You can manually fix this, although I don't know if it's worth it. And I'm seeing some weird lighting effect to the middle of the card. I'm not seeing visible creases. So that makes it very hard to grade. This is, in my opinion, a PSA card, not BGS. It's not perfect. There's like like, I mean, I can feel it. That makes it weird. I don't know what to say. Maybe PSA 7, that might be high. It probably is high. So 627, I think. Centering's fine all around. Corner's a little weird up here. Oh, here, let me zoom to a 1. Maybe that will make it a little bit more better. So yeah, corner's a little weird, but really, it's in good shape. It's just got some weird sort of, there we go. Like, it was bent through. You know what? It's probably closer to PSA 5 at this point. This is probably, in my opinion, another CGC card. I was really, at first glance, when I was prepping this video, I had high hopes for it. But now, reviewing it, that's the whole point, right? That's why we're reviewing it. Gotta keep those CGCs and those BGSs separate. Don't want to screw that up. I mean, I would catch it again, and that's probably why I'll do another video variation, so that way I can re-comb through. I was watching a video, PSA Conspiracy Theories, with Dave, and he was working with Jay Scotty and Sons. Right? So this has like almost like some sort of stain. I don't know if it'll come off. And where was I going with that? Wow, I completely lost it. I completely lost it. But regardless, they were talking about grading and Scotty and Son, J Bob and Son. He was saying that he actually will go over a card almost 3 times before he sends it in, which is good practice. The centering's fine. I'm wary about this stain. It's a pretty significant stain. The back's pretty decent, but because of the stain and everything, I'm probably going to make this a CGC card. If it wasn't for the stain, I would say PSA, and I would say between 8 to 9. But that stain, I don't think I've had good luck with stains with the PSA, and I don't want to try and push my luck. To me, this has always been a really cool card. Of course, the actual non-promo version is pretty cool. But I mean, when this card came out, you have to understand, folks, like, reverse hollow wasn't a thing. In fact, I don't even know if they call this reverse hollow because it's actually the hollow foil pattern. While reverse hollow on most cards is just a shine, sometimes some symbols in it. But this is actually, the hollow foil. That's why it's so stretched up from that generation. Now I'm seeing some thick silvering on the bottom. That's pretty strong. Let's see if those are nicks or just silvering. They have an uplift to them. It's really a shame. Of course, this card is really hard to get in good condition, just because of the material it's made out of. Wow, even the promo was hollow. I've never noticed that till now, actually. Usually that Black Star promo is usually its own thing separate. But on this card, they really went all out. Yeah, this just became a CGC card. There's too much whiting for me to really say, hey, send it to the PSA. So we're going to send it to CGC. And some of you might be like, why the separation, blase, blase, blah. But, I mean, the reason for the separation, in my opinion, it's pretty simple. I want that higher number. And the CGC, over time, could build a reputation. So that higher number might pay out in the end. It's just not going to pay out as a PSA. People really look at that number, and they really look for the number really quickly. And there's a ton of graders out there, but really the grades I see is CGC, PSA, and BGS. This is a pretty decent shadowless ponytail. Centering looks pretty fantastic. Not really seeing any issue. Okay, so here's another smudge. It's really weird. It's not coming off. However, this might, oh, nope. This isn't going to be PSA, not with all that whiting. So again, we're going straight CGC. I was very considering still sending it to PSA even with the smudge, but I don't want that many imperfections. It becomes kind of fruitless. Now a lot of these CGC cards too, that, you know, because I'm probably not going to send. I mean, I might depending on how things work, but I'm probably not going to send everything to the CGC at once. I'll probably do some test cards to try and get some good field ground for the CGC. Of course, it also depends on turnaround time because we made that attempt and strategy for the PSA and it was taking so long. We eventually just went ahead and started sending stuff in. And, you know, we should have just sent stuff in from the beginning, like en masse, and just dealt with it. But it is what it is. Nevertheless, life moves on. So next is a Dub Trio. This Dub Trio was from Generations. I think this one comes in hollow. This one, of course, is a non-hollow. I'm seeing some small smudges, but pretty much nothing significant. We'll do a zoom in. You can see what I'm talking about. Almost like crease smudges were almost forming. Centering's a little off top to bottom, but it's really nothing nuts. Then we'll look at the back. Blue background's kind of helping find that whiting. There is some whiting. I think we're sitting in the 8 to 7 range because it's on multiple corners. I think I'll send that one still to the PSA though. So you will have to go into a third pile. And I'm not really looking to branch out too much further than these 3 graders. It's just what it is. Now sticking to my word that I said a while ago, and they're just I don't have an endless amount of these, and the price shot up like I said it would. If you look at my early videos, and to me these are actually one of the cooler cards in my opinion. A lot of people apparently they're very disdained to the break cards. They're not impressed with them. I think it's really cool. It's a card that you play horizontally. It's all gold. It has a lot of effort put into the background, but a lot of people don't like them. And then all of a sudden, because of that, prices started to skyrocket. And that's kind of what you gotta look for. Is, you know, that's a lot how Pokemon cards began. Centering looks fine all around. That's how the Pokemon cards began in the first place. People didn't like them, like adults didn't like them too much, but the next wave is looking for people who don't like them, who's in the industry. So we see one major nick. Still puts it in the 8 range. We'll still send this to the PSA. I don't think this is worth sending to the BGS. And so people weren't fond of them. So the price for them was fairly low for a while, and then it started to climb rapidly. I don't want to say directly because of me, but I did drop that video, and then a couple of weeks later, and the price, you know, hadn't been moving for a while. The price really started to roll and really start to pick up. These next 2 cards, for my first look, were in really good shape. Although I have been wrong on a lot of my second looks, so here we go. Let's hope I'm wrong and hope my first look was successful. I don't really want to call that a nick. Centering looks pretty even. There is some issues, like I said. It looks like there is some very minor stuff on the bottom. I don't think it's nicks. I think it's just kind of front wax just came off. It's very cool hollow foil. Everything looks to be in order here. Let's check the back. Oof, and there we go. There, boom goes the dynamite. Uplift, whiting. That's rough. Definitely no longer BGS. I still think PSA, and I don't think... No, this might be a CGC. That's rough, man. I'm on the fence. I'm definitely on the fence. It would definitely be a low PSA, like 6 or lower. It's not going to be a 7. I think I'm going to CGC it. Yeah, that's rough. These are my CGCs. All right, one last card again. Another Japanese jungle hollow foil. It is Wigglytuff. I think Wigglytuff is probably one of the most forgotten Pokemon, to be honest. One of the most forgotten originals. Just don't think people think about Wigglytuff a lot. This card, specifically the English version, is super hard to get as a 10 because there's almost always a misprint like line. You can see it. Centering's off, not terrible. Corner cut, little smudge. Very underappreciated card. Not seeing any whiting on the front. That's good. Let's take a closer look at the print line. It's very tiny. Small scratch under his foot. Bump there, bump there. How's the back? Centering's a little more off on the back. I know it sounds unrealistic, but honestly, this could get a BGS 9, and I think I'm willing to BGS it. Huh. Let's see here. Can we come up with a cool title off this? Well, I'll figure it out later. Thanks for watching. Bye.